Well, holy shit. It's time for another episode of the Guerrilla Press. We are the Wrestling Dorks. I am John, joined as always to my left by the talker of talking. He's got a yellow microphone in his face. Sam, welcome to the show.
Ahoy, hoy.
Oh, you don't have to wear the headphones. What are they called? Headphones?
I enjoy having them on. I don't have to listen to you as much then.
That's pretty good. You can probably hear yourself too, which we all know you love to hear.
No, I can't.
And sitting to Sam's left is the hater of chest hair, JLucky.
What? No, that's stupid.
She doesn't want that to be her nickname, but it certainly is a good descriptor of her, don't you think, Sam?
Yeah, after we were watching Smackdown, and again, she just had to pick on the men with chest hair.
Yeah, so what
I picked on one man with chest hair, and it was because all he had was chest hair.
It seems like every time it's just...
Aiden English
every time
had a bikini top, chest hair. He actually shaved his neck and his stomach and left a bikini top of chest hair.
Yeah, you got to shave your neck.
It looks stupid.
You can't not shave your neck.
It looks stupid.
You can't have a neck beard.
It's dumb.
I would have hair from this entire area.
Yes, but Matt, if you shave that
it would
and
just go a continuous thing, that would be awful.
And your stomach, and just leave it over your chest.
He'd have from like the top of his forehead,
like a bikini top.
It would look good if I was in shape like Aiden English.
That's the thing.
We're
saying
like
it looked good.
A bandeau top of hair.
Oh my god.
She just doesn't like Aiden because...
Well, I'm telling you, it seems like every wrestler that she makes fun of just happens to have chest hair.
Right.
Like there's
or fat.
Has she ever once made fun of Randy Orton?
No
way.
hate on Randall Keith.
No. Now, she did make fun of John Cena at the Supershowdown because of his weird haircut.
Yeah, that he had to grow that out for a movie.
It was really strange.
His JBL haircut.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
You know, JBL, I guess, is married or bangs Bella's mom. So it's kinda, you didn't watch any of Total Bellas?
No. Why would I? No.
Or you don't pay attention in wrestling at all?
No.
Yeah.
Well, it never came up on SmackDown.
No, but I mean,
you know who's good, Michael? That Bella bitch. No, it never came up once.
God, it's like, I mean, I don't believe in watching wrestling, but it's like you really
I know.
don't.
You did not even watch. How many minutes of Super Showdown did
Zero.
you watch?
I told you I wasn't going to.
You're unbelievable. You are so not a fan.
Fuck WWE. You want to go have
You're waiting for it to come out on Coliseum Home Video?
You want to have these stupid fucking shows at 5 a.m. And I did stay up, by the way, till like 1:30 watching a horse, Winks, who, by the way, won another, I think it was like 26 straight now or 28 straight. Amazing. And I went to bed and said, fuck that.
Cheating
I am
horse.
not watching ever Super Showdown, and I won't ever watch it, and I'm glad I didn't. We'll talk about that. It's a shit show.
Well, let's jump into it. JLucky and I sat and watched it, and we enjoyed it. You got nothing. You just
No, I don't know. I thought you were going to come. What did you enjoy?
No, I wanted to see I thought that it was a fun show.
No, yeah. I read about the show, and it was terrible.
Who did you read it from? Hatersofthings.org?
I read like 3 different things, so...
Hatersofchesthair.org.
No, that's your website. He reads Haters of Things, hatersofun.com.
So Miz and Daniel Bryan got a 2-minute...
He goes to the one negative thing.
Hold on.
That's all he talks about.
Got a 2-minute awful match between two pretty good technical wrestlers. We got a half hour of two men that add up to over 100 that can't move anymore in an overbooked mess. That's Triple H and Undertaker.
You liked that match, didn't you?
That's because it was Triple H and Undertaker.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's all it takes. It was fun to watch. And I don't know what you were doing on Saturday night that you couldn't watch it, but you know what I mean?
Saturday night, I told you for the 5 millionth time, the Temple Halloween Parade.
Oh, yeah.
I announced.
Right. Right.
Some of us actually had a gig booked. You didn't have a gig booked.
I didn't have a gig. I had a kid's birthday party booked.
No. You didn't have a gig booked.
It's a gig. Trust me, it was a gig. It was there was a lot of shit going on that day.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't have that late night, but I wasn't going to watch Super fucking Showdown. I could care less.
Why can't you just treat these events like they're regular events?
Because I don't.
They're just wrestling events.
Okay, well, I don't.
Do you like pro wrestling?
I like live pro wrestling.
Oh my god! So you would never watch SmackDown before when it was taped?
I just don't like the way it's going. I don't like that. Now our next thing is Crown Jewel. We'll talk about that more.
Which may or may not be in Saudi Arabia.
We'll talk about that more then. But
yeah.
So all these events are now being booked overseas because they're throwing tons of money at the U.S.
You think Australia really? You think Australia really threw tons of money?
Did, yeah.
It was not just like
because they probably have budgets for certain things, entertainment to bring in from other countries, and they.
The one beef that I do have with it, and I did say it when we watched it. I think we ended up watching it Sunday night. Actually, nothing major happened. There was one title change. You know what I mean? And I feel like that might be...
Well, that's because he was Australian, Buddy Murphy.
Right, and that might be a thing going forward, is that there's just not going to be very many title changes at these things.
He was good to watch.
I saw some people on my Facebook feed that are WWE fans that had taped it or whatever, and the one had said he watched it like the next day or whatever, and he said the only good match was Buddy Murphy's match.
It was a really good.
It
match.
was a good match,
He
and the
is
crowd was
pretty
hot
amazing
for
to
it.
watch.
So
And
I
then
didn't know who he was, but he was really amazing to watch.
yeah,
and then they said that another person I'm not friends with, but friend of a friend, said, I didn't watch it, but my husband, it was a woman saying my husband did, and he said I didn't miss anything. It was terrible. So
it was not terrible. I don't understand why people are saying it's terrible. It honestly was a fun show to sit and watch, to have like a fun evening. You know what I mean? Like
a fun evening with the family.
Like, what do you want me to say? It didn't advance any storylines,
I
except
watched
although Daniel Bryan and Miz, it did advance that storyline. Now we're on.
That's gone for now.
Right. So now it's.
So we had a 2-minute match to end that feud.
Yes, the feud is now over because of the Super Showdown.
I watch pay-per-views on a Sunday night.
Yeah, I know. Look at you. You just like you're so like.
I'm not watching.
It's got to
wrestling
be
on
the way it always was.
not
Otherwise,
watching
it's not
wrestling
right.
on a Saturday night, other than if they would ever bring back Saturday night's main event.
Which is old. You only like old. Which it's fine if you only like old stuff.
No, I'm
That's
just
fine.
saying. No, I'm not watching some fucking thing that happened Friday night in Australia and watching it then 24 hours later when I could just go read what happened and
I'll
find
be
out
honest,
nothing happened. Like
it
you
was
said.
very difficult to stay off social media. Like I had to stay completely off Twitter for like 48 hours, and that's tough to do because I'm trying to run the show and like put comments out there every now and then, but it's hard to do.
Yeah, so I'm on a wrestling podcast and I'm honest with the audience. I ain't watching it, and I won't watch Crown Jewel either. Just telling these people how it is. Or
But I don't
Golden Jewel
like
or
that
Crown Jewel?
you have like
Crown Jewel.
a precedent that you're saying. Like, doesn't matter how good the card could be. It could be good matches. You're just like, it's in a foreign country. Put them back over the wall and leave them over there.
I think
like,
he's just doing it out of spite.
it's a spite.
I'm not going to be forced into.
Yeah, it's a spite not watching. Instead of just saying like, you know what,
Well,
this
now-
is the way the world is going.
No,
We're
it's
going
not.
more
This is called-
globalization.
WWE,
It's
don't
just-
fucking give that. Like, hey, remember that time he was winking? Hey, don't tell Jen about that one night we went out to the titty bar.
No,
wink, wink.
I'm just saying, like, you can't just like because things are changing. You can't sit.
Things
you
are
can't,
changing.
You can't handle it.
and
You can't
changes
handle
can be good.
change.
No, I can handle change. I don't agree with this change. Now, I get it. Now that they're a publicly traded company, just like the Fells Wargo, the bottom line is how much
This
can...
is what this is about.
How
He
much-
hates the stock market. I get it.
No, I've been a player of the stock market. I've been involved. How much can we make for the bottom line for our shareholders, which coincidentally, the biggest shareholders are the McMahons. So that's fine. I'm not interested in these pay-per-views that aren't really pay-per-views, that have interesting match concepts, but don't really, like, you know what I mean? Like, so now that this is over, what are some of the other things? We mentioned a few matches. What were some of the other The Iconics got to win because they're from Australia.
It's got to win. Let me pull up the thing here.
Even though WWE has a history of making people lose in their
So we had
hometown.
Triple H versus Undertaker. Triple H won that one after a
Shit show.
hard fought. I did tell her the Undertaker looks completely out of shape. Like, he doesn't just look old; he looks fat.
The Paunch
Like, it's-
brothers are both out of shape.
It's one thing, like Triple H looks older, but he's not out of shape.
and he's super slow.
Yeah, they're slow, but Undertaker just looked fat, and I can't handle that. I've always said
55.
I've always said that the Undertaker is the one gimmick that can still be cool when he's old, because it's just is the dead man.
Can't for me.
But old and fat, I can't handle.
I've wanted Taker gone, him to have been done, and they just keep trotting him out there. I
Who's
just
the
don't.
hater of fats now?
I know, the hater
You.
of fats.
You.
Oh, me? Yeah, that fat. I can't have my wrestlers be fat.
Like,
Look at you.
apparently, like,
Hater of
You
fats.
better chest
so his
hair.
hair's not real.
That
Is
should
what
be
I'm
your
reading.
name.
Who's this?
That Taker's hair is, I guess, a weave or something.
What?
There's speculation that that his hair's not even real.
Is this on your hatersofthings.org
well, we know
website?
Kane obviously his hair's attached to his mask.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah, you find that.
That
Look that
could,
up
like,
for
come-
us there, JLucky.
yeah.
Get your
Ow.
hands out from underneath your snuggie.
could be
No,
extensions.
they're cold.
So okay, that match was
Okay,
fun to
you
watch.
loved it. Great,
No,
cool.
I did not love it. It was too long, but it was
That's-
still
that's always Triple H matches.
two icons, and the sledgehammer
Do
came
you
out.
remember
and-
End of an Era? That was where it was supposed to be. That's where they let it on the line at WrestleMania on the biggest stage, and they
I
all
agree.
walked out together.
I agree, but if you look at the show as a standalone show, it was fun to watch.
I don't like, and I get that this shit's fake, that matches and storylines and who wrestles is all being determined by the almighty Allah.
Yeah, I know. I Shield versus Dogs of War was a good match. It was
There
fun.
is no Dogs of War. Shield. Who were they against?
There was 3 of them. There was Dogs, there was and there was War.
and Dean got the pin.
Yes.
Okay. And then he ate the pin the next night.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
And then walked away. Yeah. Styles versus Joe was an incredible match. It was really good, and Styles worked over the injured leg. Joe might have a legit injury because then they played it up again tonight on SmackDown. I didn't look into it.
Did you say that because he's fat and out of shape?
No, because those fat people just get injured a lot. But the Styles Joe match was really good. Ended up, Joe lost, but
so that feud's over. So they blew off 2 feuds over in Australia.
Yep.
That we like.
Rousey and the Bellas versus the Riot Squad. That night, nothing happened.
Right.
It was a regular old win because they're not going to have Rousey fly all the way to Australia to lose. And then the next night on Raw,
it was a great match.
It was a match that happened. Becky versus Charlotte was really good.
Okay.
Ended up with I think Becky grabbed the belt and smacked Charlotte to get herself DQ'd. So
nice.
It was a good match.
Wasn't a double DQ though.
No, not a double DQ, but she had her in the figure eight.
I predicted for every match.
She had her in the figure 8, and because Becky had tried to leave with the belt earlier, the belt happened to be laying on the apron, and she grabbed it and smacked Charlotte while she was stuck in the figure 8. New Day versus The Bar was great. Those guys can't not have a good match. New Day won that one. Another pick that I lost to JLucky. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz was such a letdown. I went upstairs to brush my teeth and missed the entire fucking match because it was 2.5 minutes long. Winning on a small package, which Daniel Bryan then out of that got a lot of small package jokes tonight on SmackDown, which is kind of funny. Cena and Lashley, what a fucking joke that was. I did not like that because that was just set up so that Cena could show up. People could talk about his hair. Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics, who got a good reaction out of the hometown crowd. And then Cedric versus Buddy Murphy, which was probably technically match of the night, even though less people. Yeah. And it was just a really good match, plus the hot crowd. I mean, for me, a crowd can make any match.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, now that's over. Shit, whatever. Great, whatever. Raw.
Yes.
So
Raw was so good on Monday night.
It was eventful.
Here we go. You can't give credit.
I'm not saying credit. It was eventful. So we had some turns. Usually they don't do multiple turns in the same episode, but they had, 2 minutes into the match, I knew they were turning Lashley with Lio Rush talking the entire time, which I thought was good. I agree. There's a great turn. Lashley's way better as like a mean, nasty heel.
Uh-huh.
Lio Rush will be the mouthpiece, and then we get the Kevin Owens face turn.
Yes.
People want to cheer Owens.
Yeah, double turn in that match, and then later on in the night, another turn.
So, and one that we've heard rumors for months, ever since the Evolution match list leaked, that Nikki and Brie turn on Ronda, and then automatically that causes a match at Revolution.
Yeah,
Evolution.
That makes complete sense, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that it's going to be Nikki versus Ronda Rousey. Yeah. I mean, but...
with Brie in her corner.
But it has legs, honestly. The build-up has legs. Let's put it that way.
Why?
The match.
What do you mean the build-up? It just what build-up?
No, the build-up to it, because Nikki can talk about how, Ronda came busting in.
She did. Did you watch a WWE exclusive
interview
afterwards?
No, because I don't watch things that aren't on my television. I don't watch non-live things.
I watch things on Twitter, but so I don't ban myself from it because I'm watching a show that's 6 billion.
Yeah, I only watch them live. It must happen that second, otherwise
so
it's not real.
WWE exclusive. They're trying to build storylines further, and Bella's interview afterwards was like 40 seconds, and it was just like Ronda something from Brie, and then Nikki said, "We want to remind everybody it's not just Ronda Rousey. It's not just an evolution. It's a Bella-lution." Oh. And there's now shirts. Bella-lution.
So JLucky, comment in on the women's thing. What do you think? Get closer to the microphone is what that.
He wasn't sniffing his fingers.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey? What do you think this could happen with this?
I don't know. I think it's stupid. There's no way Nikki could beat Ronda in anything ever.
But what if she has Brie cheating for her?
I'd like to say Nikki will win.
I think
Nikki's
so too.
Winning this title.
Well, yeah, because she has a freaking show on the.
I think Nikki wins this.
Yeah.
And do you have a theory as to how?
Oh, Natalia's turning against. So what they're going to do is they're going to have Natalia cost Ronda the belt to the Bellas, and then they might have Ronda continue to feud with Nikki, or they might just do a quick. Once Natalia turns on her, have Ronda have a little mini feud with Natalia, because that should have happened at this point. I honestly think it may have happened earlier,
right?
But
I think that's stupid. They just had the freaking Bella's turn.
Yeah,
We're gonna have Natalya turn 2.
Yeah, but
then,
there's we talked about it before. Who could possibly challenge Ronda Rousey? And there's nobody that really
So
could.
now
So we have
if
to
Natty
stack the deck
turns-
against her.
Natty turns and costs her the belt.
so she has
so Ronda
no
can
one.
lose.
It's just her.
Right, pretty much.
Right,
I
so
mean,
they're going to have her lose due to dastardly deeds.
it's got to be dastardly deeds.
You got to have
By
the deck
Natalya?
stacked against her because she's Ronda Rousey. You're stacking the deck.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no reason that
Definitely a Brie.
Deck stacking.
Getting
it could be
into it.
a Brie.
Stacking of the deck.
Just keep saying deck. You're gonna mess up and say dick. Just do it. Just
No,
say dick.
I don't miss.
You don't
words like
miss-
that, no.
You don't misremember. All right. Well, yeah.
If they do that, I'm maybe disappointed. I think that's stupid.
Well, they're already doing something that you hate with the Nikki Bella getting a title shot thing. I mean, this all started back at Royal Rumble when Nikki Bella was the second to last woman. It was like they're trying to bring her back into our consciousness.
There'd be no evolution without Nikki Bella. She was the first.
She's the best.
Actually, she was the second. Stephanie McMahon was the first.
Well, she's the first and best at everything. By the way, I have to just make a social comment here. I hate that we now have Evolution the same month, like 2 weeks before Crown Jewel, and it's becoming painfully obvious that they're only doing this because at Crown Jewel there can't be women. You know what I mean? Like it's making it so that it's
You think that's why it was ahead of time? They said they were gonna do this?
absolutely. They're doing Evolution because then now it's like it offsets the fact that women can't be in Saudi Arabia.
Hey, and let's talk about Saudi Arabia. So interesting. Maybe not even the word interesting. Maybe it's not even right. But news story of the past days. A journalist. I'm going to probably say this dude's name wrong, but it's Jamal Ahmad Khashoggi, whatever. It's an Arabic name I'm struggling with. It could be Khashoggi. Anyway, he's a journalist. He's been a columnist in the Post, Washington Post. He's actually lives in the U.S. now. He's Saudi Arabian, but he's against their government and everything. Mm-hmm. So he went missing earlier this month. The last he was seen was October 2nd. And allegedly, what the report is that the Saudi Arabian government, the highest order of the government, ordered him to be killed. And he was killed in in Istanbul, where their consulate is, and then was dismembered with a bone saw.
Good Lord.
So the reason we're talking about this,
what's the link here?
The reason we're talking about this is WWE has this big event coming up in Saudi Arabia where now this is going to make tensions high. The vice president has already come out and made a statement about it, and one of the senators in Connecticut himself has made a statement, not about WWE, but just about the state of affairs right now in Saudi Arabia. So does Crown Jewel go off? I think it still will. Does it go off in Saudi Arabia?
Right.
It could be moved at the last second to somewhere else. Or Wade Keller of, I believe it's Pro Wrestling Torch, but that's right. If not, sorry, Wade Keller, but you're bigger than we are, so it really doesn't matter.
He's listening. They all are.
He was hypothesizing that maybe WWE stops mentioning that Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia.
I'm thinking it's going to be the big event, Crown Jewel, and they're not going to mention the fact that it's
But
in
he's
Saudi
saying
Arabia.
personally that he probably will not go over there now.
I wouldn't if I was a journalist going over there.
Just because of the atmosphere. But this brings me back, and I was against these pay-per-views before this whole thing happened, but this brings me back to a million different points. So Shawn Michaels, let's get to Raw still. This is all tying together, political, whatever. So Shawn Michaels and Triple H reformed DX at the beginning of Raw, and
Yeah, you got to
everybody's
see that. DX reformed.
going nuts. So Michaels has been retired for like 8 years, whatever it is.
Yep.
Can't get him out of retirement. There's rumors every year that Vince is like come back for a match at Mania. Maybe come back for a match against Daniel Bryan was rumors.
Or
'cause
AJ Styles
his-
possibly. Right.
Nothing. Now all of a sudden, crazy Saudi government money comes in, and Shawn Michaels ends like one of the longest retirements ever to come back in a tag match.
Absolutely.
So
in a tag match of all things. I
Yeah,
know.
it's going to be DX versus the Brothers of Destruction.
It's really disappointing. I told her the same thing. I said he kind of had the perfect retirement, in my opinion. Shawn Michaels did, because he went away and he would come back every now and then, but never have that match. And you kind of really thought he would actually stay retired. But it just shows anybody will do anything for money. It's really, really sad.
If he's dude, I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame Shawn. I'm blaming Vince or whoever makes
I'm
that
fine with
decision.
him come back, and money's money, whatever. But it's a joke that it seems like they want the older, more recognizable. They don't know because WWE, hate him, love him, whatever, has built up one recognizable superstar over the past 10 years, and that's John Cena. That's it. Roman Reigns is not a national or worldwide superstar. That's really why you don't see him being promoted a ton, I think, on these shows. That's why that Brock Lesnar is on Crown Jewel with Roman Reigns.
Absolutely. Brock Lesnar
is more well known than Roman Reigns.
He brings that credibility
so
to it.
They create, I guess you could say WWE created Brock Lesnar. I give Brock Lesnar some credit for creating Brock Lesnar because he left on his own accord, almost made it in the NFL, made it in UFC. But yeah, so it's crazy. So now, other rumors, obviously, that are now that Sean figures, well, if I rip the Band-Aid off and I'm coming back, Mania. There's going to be a big match at Mania.
Hopefully it'll be the absolute worst thing if he just comes back for this one Crown Jewel show and then nothing else, which I don't think would happen.
Yeah,
because once once the Band-Aid's off or whatever, then
and once the fucking money starts rolling in, he's going to be like, at this age, nice little retirement, nice little nest. I'm sure he has money already, but
we'd love to see Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. All these different guys that he didn't get to feud with. Might as well bring him back to do that.
It'd probably be a one-off match at Mania, but
that'd be cool.
So that's just some of the things, and you're hearing, I heard rumors that I don't know if I'd ever discussed this on the show, but that The Rock is coming back, and The Rock
we talked about that last week that he might have the title at
again, he's an older popular star. That the Saudi Arabia show next year would have The Rock at it as the champ after winning it at Mania or defending it at Mania, wherever, And you still have that blanket on. I'm sweating my balls off.
I know, and I turned the fan off.
I'm starting to now feel comfortable.
Well, it's because I just turned the fan off for her because
it's just the light is enough.
Blanket doesn't bother me so much. It's that she sits there and shivering. Like that drives me crazy when you're shivering. Like it's not cold in here by any stretch of the imagination.
We're fat and beating up.
Now, granted, we have a built-in blanket system. Mm-hmm. It's the thing that you hate, the body hair.
Yes.
Which, by the way, didn't she tell me earlier tonight that I should trim it?
She did say you should trim your chest hair.
I said you could. You were saying that you couldn't trim it.
It was it's like you could go to the gym.
See, the problem is I don't think she realizes when you trim your chest hair, you're not all of a sudden going to turn into like Seth Rollins or something.
Yeah, I'm still going to be Adrian Adonis. That's what I'm going to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I'm excited to see these older people coming back.
So there you go.
When
she's
DX
the one you
came
should
out,
be talking to.
When they did Suck It and all that stuff, I was like so aroused. I was so excited.
When they say Suck It, you get aroused.
But I was so excited to see them back. Like I would love it if they all came back.
Dude, they're old.
I don't care. I don't care. That was my favorite time in wrestling, and that's what I don't even care. It's not even ruining it for me.
DX
even if they
doesn't work
suck.
for me anymore.
NWO
could work for me still. But DX couldn't because
oh my god, no! As soon as their music came on, I was like,
because DX is more about like youth rebellion type thing. I feel like, and I can't buy it. Two guys, one that just shaved his head because he was really bald, and the other guy. They're in their 50s, whatever it is. I don't know. DX doesn't do it for me.
I don't care.
I can watch the old stuff and get taken back. That's fine. But doing it now, like when they did it at Raw 1000, I was just like, I don't know. I'm cool with making like the appearances. Whatever, and
but a match, you're saying you can't get behind a match.
No, not even the match. Just like I'm cool with them saying like DX reunites and they're all in the ring together,
not being like
running around doing all the like suck it and this and that. It just and then 5 minutes later, Triple H is out there with Stephanie and he's like
and he's wearing a suit and he's like announcing shit.
Yeah,
now, like that's like next week's SmackDown 1000 will be interesting, and the world is talking about
Evolution.
Evolution is a mystery. They're going to be back next week. It'll be cool.
I'm excited to see Trish and Lita.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they changed that to a tag match. I saw.
I wonder. Do you have any idea why?
Maybe they just didn't think either of them could carry it.
I was thinking Alexa might still be hurt because remember she was injured. Do you think that has something to do with it?
And Trish was going to be a disaster, and maybe even, Lita.
And Trish and Mickey,
Lita and Mickey
James
probably
have,
was going to be. I think Lita and Mickey would have been a better match. I think Alexa isn't that great in the ring,
right?
And Trish is
never was
getting longer in the tooth. Those two that could have been a.
She looks amazing for being longer in the tooth.
No, but she looks great, but I'm sure her athleticism is diminished, from 10 years ago.
Has your athleticism diminished?
Mine has, but she's in shape. Like you could tell she's still in really good shape.
You know what move she had to do at the gym this week? You ever see those people with the ropes?
Yeah,
and they're like doing the rope thing.
Yeah, it's
she had
hard
to do that
shit.
this week.
It's really hard. I didn't expect it to be that hard.
Oh, it's so hard. Jim made me do that once, and I was like,
it's
my
so hard.
Shoulders gonna come off
my shoulders are killing.
Yeah.
We did so many of those weird things that like you see people do on like those CrossFit things or whatever, and I'm like, I can't do that. And then we had to do this one thing called a walrus, and I was dying.
Paul Heyman.
Oh, she hates the walrus.
She hates the walrus.
Yeah.
What
I hate all sorts of walrus.
What was
now.
the run thing that you had to do? Some kind
Indian run.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before, but it was hard. I don't run. You know I don't run.
No,
I run in intervals. Like I'll run for like a minute, maybe 2, maybe 3, and then I
don't
have
know
to
what
walk
gym
for a
she's
little
going to. It's like Mr. Mandelbaum's gym from Seinfeld.
Mandelbaum,
Like, what do we do next?
Mandelbaum.
Box a kangaroo?
bit. But I gotta tell you, I mean, I leave there sweating and in pain. I figure
Kind of like
that's
Sam
good.
is right now. You feel like you're doing a war.
I still have my blanket wrapped around me
That's
like a
amazing. I'm
snuggie.
sweating right now. Like
I'm hot and I can feel swamp ass happening,
Yeah.
and it's
It's
That's
really
disgusting.
it
it's
happens.
From sitting in like this type of chair. Like
I turned
that
off the
one light
circulation.
bulb Is throws
And
off
that's
the
another
light.
thing. The light bulb's on her, so even the
Yeah.
heat, she should be.
Yeah.
Take the blanket off. You'll be look.
Can't be cold.
Trust me. Trust
Maybe
us.
she's nude under the blanket.
Oh, then take the blanket off. Come
You're gonna
on.
tell me to take
Come
it
on.
off.
Hello.
Where's my
ladies.
mood music?
Yeah, I can play something.
What the hell were we talking about before we started talking about working out? Stupid shit.
Well, we were
Anyway, I like that the older people are
and then I
coming
asked her
back.
if she lost any physical attributes or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that,
that's
or whatever
right.
I said.
Like you
We
know,
all do
I
as
liked.
we get older.
Yeah.
I like when Trish came out, but then as soon as they said that, who should my tag partner be? I'm like,
sitting
it's
there-
gonna be
she
Lita.
was
It's
sitting on
gonna
the
be
couch,
Lita.
she
It's
was
gonna be
like-
Lita.
Yeah, she was going nuts. She loves it. Man, she loves the old
You know what
ladies.
else slows down your reaction?
Although
time?
John freaked out when she went on the top rope. He's like, no, she's
I was-
not
yeah,
gonna.
she's not
I got
She's
really
not gonna.
scared. I was
Yeah.
like, please don't do that, Lita.
especially not on Raw.
She'll do it at
She
Evolution.
might do it at yeah.
But I was really, really nervous because she was going to hurt somebody. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe Mickey James will break out the V-like again.
Probably not.
So should we take a moment here for some levity after like you had your serious talks and everything? There's a story you got to tell, JLucky.
Wait. What was anything we talked about that was serious?
You talked about the Saudi Arabia guy
that
got
was a while
killed.
back. Okay.
You were all serious
All right,
and political.
So I'll
and
tell
like-
you I'll tell everybody the message I sent earlier today.
Yeah. Should I just read the text? I mean, it's almost
I mean,
funnier.
So basically, I'm sure most of the audience has gone through this before. I'm sure most humans have. So I'm sitting at work, just your normal work sit.
Your work sit.
Your normal work sit.
Describe a work sit for me. What's a work
You're
sit?
sitting there all day. You're making your dials. You're answering the phone. You're making sales. Whatever you do at your work sit, and you got to fart. So you go to fart, and you're like, "Ah, shit," and you catch a wet one. I'm sure it's happened to you before. So I text John. As soon as
I was not a very,
and
not a
I
very
just
supportive
literally,
friend.
and I'll read what I text him, just because. I mean,
Yeah, I was not very supportive in the situation for him.
I was. I didn't need support. It was just
well,
like
bullshit, because you started freaking out like,
No,
oh,
you didn't respond. I was like, all right, this guy's never. All right, so I just texted him, and I probably over exaggerated what happened, but I mean, it was literally what happened. So I was like, I go, literally the text says, "Shit my pants at work." That's fun. Period. Can't go home and work without taking PTO. So here I stay. And then the next text was like not a full shit. And I said, I think it's listen. I eat like a lot of salads.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
then
the-
he equated it to salad somehow.
it's not the lettuce. It's not like the vegetables or whatever. I think it's the oil and vinegar that causes like me to have some digestive issues, because when I was doing like more like higher fat, lower carb, I would do like a blue cheese because that's no carbs as fat calories.
That's why I eat it, because the no carb thing.
So now that I've been doing oil and vinegar, I'm telling you, I think it causes issues. Every time I do oil and vinegar,
some seepage.
like I have to, not seepage, but I have like digestive, like my stomach will rumble and stuff, like after I have the salad. So yeah, so I go, like, I think oil and vinegar are causing me issues. And I go, yep, you read it right. I tried to eat healthy and shit my pants. And now you won't talk to me.
And that's because I was doing something and I couldn't
And then I was
answer
like,
him.
all right, you lost respect. And then I just tried to switch topics to WWE. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was losing HQ.
Well, the best part is like pretty much my next text was, "Can we please talk about this on the podcast?" Like all I cared about was this is a hilarious story.
And then like
It's
his
good.
next text are like, I'm some sort of like horrendous. First of all, he used the word poop, which I hate. I honestly hate the word poop unless you're talking around children. I just don't like it. And then he was like, wait, so you didn't make it to the bathroom on time? And he's like, or you didn't wipe properly? Wait, that's not shitting yourself.
I didn't know exactly. I thought maybe he was like sitting there and he's like, feels a little squidgy. Like maybe he thought.
I asked him then, wait, you never shit yourself? ? And then he's like, God's sakes, tell me you'll tell the story on the podcast. So I was like, no, so everybody out there, if you've had a moment where you thought you were farting and you really, really didn't, a little bit came out.
I just find it amazing that you were farting like while you're sitting at work. Like I don't know what your work situation is, but aren't there other people like near you? You're still blasting farts away?
No.
Don't you go to the bathroom for that?
Go to the bathroom? You think I'm going to go downstairs, walk downstairs every time I have to fart? Like what? I'm sorry, I'm not in a relationship at work. Or like, no, I'm not. And when I fart, it's not like they're silent. Like what?
I don't know. I feel like just the stink alone. Like, well, you have an office, don't you? Probably fart in your office, right?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't fart in my office.
They don't all stink.
She's
You
like,
mean people just pop in my office and then it's just an enclosed area?
Was that ever happened to you, JLucky, where you have the poop at work situation?
I've never shart.
You've never. Nobody here's ever shit their pants. I find that hard to believe. I know a lot of people have shit their pants.
I don't feel like I've ever shit my pants at work. I'm sorry. I don't.
Not at work. You've never shit your pants. I'll text 15 people right now that tell me they shit their pants.
I could think probably.
I'm talking to someone right now. I'm asking. Out of the blue, in another conversation. Hey, question for you: have you ever shit your pants?
But you didn't really shit your pants. You farted, and
yeah, that's shit in your pants. Trust me,
so you sharted.
It's happened before where like you're nowhere near a bathroom and you're trying to hold it in, and that's like
different.
shitting your pants.
That is shitting your pants.
It is different.
Like,
you were near a bathroom. You should have gone to one.
I didn't have
he
to
thought
shit.
He was just
I
farting.
just had to fart. I don't understand. This is never.
I don't think I've ever like been like, oh, I'm gonna fart, and then been like, ruh-roh.
It's so weird. Yeah, like I'm text a random person right now and say,
you can hear the clicking. Listen to that, everybody. You hear him actually texting. This person's going to come back and go, no, I'm not an animal. What's wrong with you? It depends on how you pose it to the guy. I can honestly say I don't. Look, her blanket's off.
It fell off and I scratched my neck.
Oh. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever, I don't want to say intentionally shit my pants, but
I didn't intentionally shit my pants.
You forced something out of your ass.
Oh my God.
He thought he was farting.
How much loss of your bowels do you have that you think of farts?
You've never it's not like you're shitting out a fucking log. It's you're not shitting solid. Let me tell you that. I don't think you understand how it works.
Is your friend saying, no, I've never shit my pants? You're an animal?
He's like dying because I literally was talking about something different. I go, hey, by the way, have you ever shit your pants?
Tell him he's on a podcast right now. By the way, I'm not allowed to tag him in this episode.
No, ridiculous because he wants me to talk about embarrassing stuff and he wants to tag me on Facebook so everybody in the world can see what.
Yeah, so this week I'm not allowed to tag.
You shouldn't be tagging me ever, really.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't make it a part of the story either. As you're like, listen, this week Sam discusses shitting his pants.
I'll just leave it
out. I talk about.
Oh, well, you would probably put pooping his pants.
I would put pooping,
and I'm a big person. I'm an open book, but I don't try to bring in friends and family, and most of my friends don't even know I have a podcast.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
I
wish I could do that, but I'm not too open.
That's why a few jobs I won't take is in sales because they want you to sell to friends and family first, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't want to be as open of a book, but it happens. JLucky, your bombs are hanging out there. By the way, there you go. It was gonna bother me because I wouldn't be able to look at my notes. And I don't know if Sam looked, but I wouldn't be able to pay attention.
It's not like they're ginormous or anything.
They're still hanging out, so you had them flopped up on the table.
Flopped on the table? I didn't even reach the table.
If you tried,
they're not even close to the table. I'd have to knock myself out with the microphone.
What a great segue I just made. Remember when at Super Showdown, you wouldn't have noticed, but JLucky, as soon as Charlotte took her robe off, you audibly went, whoa.
She had 2 beach balls on her chest.
Her pontoons looked completely out of control on Saturday night.
They're always that big.
No, but they were pushed up to her chin, and they were hard. They did not move, not even a little.
Yeah, they were I don't know what she did to them on Saturday night. I don't know what kind of they're putting in the water in Australia.
They must have been push up and squeezed it. I don't know. It was. I don't even know.
They were flopped up on the table. Definitely.
There was no flop.
They sit in one spot and don't move. Pontoons.
They if you put them on the table, they'd be pound onto the table.
So we had Sam's story. What else do we have this week? Do we have anything else big that happened? I mean, you beat me in another picks challenge.
I
again.
did beat you 6-3.
Where did I finish? Oh, that's right. I didn't give the picks.
Yeah,
it's
it's 0.
So
he lost.
So I'm amazing as usual.
Yeah. We have another challenge going on between us and the kids.
And we didn't even make a bet because last time your chops happened like 10 weeks after.
Well, we
the
could do
last pay-per-view.
my thing next week. We just got to come up with something. You could put a poll out. Think of 3 punishments you want to give me. Put a poll out and have the people vote. Since there was no JLucky's poll this week. Man, I'm like freezing.
I could hit you with a pole.
You're freezing?
There's like some kind of air. Oh, the air conditioner came on.
Oh, yeah. Because it's so fucking hot.
Because it's hot as fucking here.
It is.
I have it
sweating like.
How high do you have it
profusely.
set? You probably have it set at like 73 or something.
You probably turned it down.
All right. What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know. It went from pontoons to something else, and
polls.
yeah, she's gonna put out a poll. So, what else do we have this week?
A music challenge, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. I want to talk about something else.
Oh, all right.
So you guys have had weeks upon weeks upon weeks to think of a name for me.
We gave one earlier. Hater of Harry's.
That's not going to be it. But anyway, I'm watching Super Showdown, and Triple H is announced, and he has like 6 names. 6.
Yeah, I can.
And
name
you
them
guys
all.
can't think of
Randy
one.
Orton has a bunch too.
He has 6 names,
He's
and
the
I want to
King of
know.
Kings, right?
But I want a name now.
Do you want to be the down?
I don't want to be anything about Fats or Harry's.
Yeah, I was thinking of a good one. It was something like the. Let's see. Well, it starts with an F. That's a good one.
I want something that's fun.
You know, something like against the follically endowed.
I want a fun one. I don't want a hater of anything. I don't hate.
She doesn't want to hate anything. Then what are you? What are you known for? You're known for chuckling and giggling and laughing and smiling.
Yeah, not hating.
Or well, then what do
So
you want
there.
to be? The giggle girl?
No.
I mean, seriously.
I just want a name. It's been long enough.
It'll come out naturally. Sam
been
and
long
I, we
enough.
podcasted for a long time before he became
No,
the
you did
talker
not.
talking.
You was talker talking.
No, you were.
That was like 80 episodes in.
Yeah.
But you had other names for him until then.
Well, I didn't tell him those to his face.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Fine, whatever.
Sam, would you like to go to a music challenge before we, I don't want to say wrap up because we got a lot of time left here in this episode, but I would like to.
We're out of time.
We're
Join
never
us
out of
next
time on
week.
this episode.
Yeah, we can talk about, if you want to get that ready, I'll put my headset on and I'll talk about some other things.
Absolutely. I have a lot to queue
UFC
up.
this past weekend
yes.
was a big event. It's actually way better than wrestling now. I know this is a
He's
wrestling
not-
podcast.
He's not true. He's not
But
telling truths.
what they're doing is UFC's taking the ideas from wrestling, and it's getting better because they realize that people don't care as much just about the fights. They need stories
Right.
and they need bullshit. So after Khabib destroyed Conor, which I said would happen, there was a melee afterwards, and people thought it was fake. I think it's real.
I think it's fake.
It's 100% real. Usually what happens in UFC is these
You
guys...
can hear me now with the headphones
I
on.
hate you. These guys beef usually before the fight, and then as soon as the fight's over, they hug each other and
Right.
congratulate each other. Well, after this one, there was none of that. Khabib was furious because Conor had, ran down his father, ran down his country, ran down his religion. So he leapt over the cage as soon as the match was over and went after some guy that was taunting him the whole fight in
Right.
Conor's crew. And then somebody jumped in the ring from Khabib's crew and attacked Conor. And it was a melee, but guess what? It got everybody talking about UFC. It helped UFC, and now it's probably going to hurt Khabib's pocketbook, but
Right.
UFC don't care about that. They care about their own pocketbook, like
Did
Vinnie Mac.
did they ever give him his payouts then? Because I
They're
heard that
still
they
being
held.
frozen, yeah.
Yeah. But that's all just storyline.
No, he's going to be. They're saying he made $2 million in guaranteed salary. He'll probably make more at the end of the day, but there's rumors up to a $2 million fine
that's
from the
unbelievable.
Nevada State Athletic Commission. That's who's going to levy the fine, not USC.
Right. Oh yeah. UFC wouldn't find him because they got. I mean, I was sitting at work today, and the women at work were talking about this,
Yeah.
and they give no.
Everybody
shits.
was talking about UFC.
Yeah,
so it
they
was-
give no shits, and that's the whole point. I mean, you do. You can't just put on a sport of sports. It has to be drama involved. I mean,
So it definitely helped.
it's like when people talk about the NFL because shit's going on with the NFL,
But
not
it was
because
it
of the
was
games.
a great night of fights. Really enjoyed it. I went out to Burke's Lanes. A gentleman there about to pull a gun on me, so it was a fun night.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about that.
No.
Oh yeah, it was.
Come on, you got stories you're not telling?
Yeah, Saturday night I went out to Burke's Lanes. Was hanging out with my one buddy. I ran into my one friend at the bar. My one African American friend.
Why,
And I
why do you have to say that?
because it's a crucial part of the story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought it was just you were just naming all of your friends. Okay,
So
go ahead.
I ran into him and I'm like, hey, come on outside. It's hot in here. Let's watch it outside. So he came out and I didn't see him in a little while. We were just bullshitting about high school football, UFC, whatever. And these people that I was standing behind the entire night watching UFC, all of a sudden this bitch like turns around and starts like yelling at us to shut up and stop talking. Like at a sports bar that's packed to watch UFC. She's like, I'm trying to listen to this interview. And he looks at me and I look at him. I'm like, I was like, you fucking serious? I was like, he's like, it's a sports bar. Turn around. Like, we can talk. And then she just keeps going on. And he wasn't going to back down. And I don't blame him. Like, we're at a sports bar and she's yelling at us.
Right.
Dude, it was clearly because this dude's black. Dude, she was sitting with this skinhead neck. So here's the best part. So she's sitting with this dude next to her, who we saw early in the night. I mean, he can't help his height, but literally he's like 5'1", and he's like tatted from like wrist to like neck. He's got some interesting tattoos and whatever. He's sitting there while she's mouthing off and, you know, going back and forth. And I say to my friend, I'm like, dude, I was like, look. And I'm like, he fucking reached into his waistband. He had his hand on a gun.
Oh, my God.
And I said to him, I was like, dude, I was like, he's like, I'll talk to him. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work. I was like, but he's like, dude, he's like, you know, we're at a bar. He's like, we're allowed to talk loud about whatever. Yeah. We're talking about the fights. Like, and I was like, before that, I was like, if you don't want to, then go fucking pay for it at home. Like, don't come out to a bar.
Yeah. Why would you go out to a bar and then complain?
So I said to him, I was like, after returning the letter, like, dude, I don't care. I was like, we got to go. I said to my other friend, I'd call over to him. He was like 5 feet on the other side. I was like, I just look at him and go, dude, we got to go. And he like looks at me. I'm like, we got to go. So I was like, we went inside to watch the main event. And I was like, dude, I was like, it was not worth either anybody losing their lives over because this guy's an insecure little bitch with a gun, or I was like, you know, he was like, oh, he would have never, I saw him go for it. He's like, I would have been able to stop him. I'm like, even if you did, I was like, great, we get in a fight. I was like, you work in a school. Right. You're going to lose your job, even though this guy was at fault. So we just went inside and nothing happened. But I was like, for like a minute, I feared that for my life.
Yeah,
this guy
you see a gun when you're out.
Was going to open up fire for no reason because his bitch is like crazy.
Right.
So yeah, that was fun. We told the
awesome.
security guard, I don't know if he got thrown out or not. I'm like, dude, we're not going back outside. I'm not escalating anything. Like, she's crazy. All she kept saying is, I'm not drinking. And I'm like, good for you. I don't care if you're not drinking. Like,
look at you causing problems out in the public.
Yeah,
this is why you should just stay home and watch.
He didn't say one word, but he like reached into his pocket or into his waistband. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, you just should have stayed home and watched Super Showdown. It would have been way less.
Oh, that's right. There was UFC Saturday. Why would I watch Super Showdown when I had a gig and then UFC? It was a great night.
Hey, how did the gig go, by the way? Announcing.
There was almost no gig. We plugged in, and whatever was going on with their generator sent a surge or something, and I heard not a loud noise, but we heard a noise. We look at each other. He goes, what was that noise? I look at our thing, and the smoke's coming out, so he must have blew a fuse or something. And we're like, well, we don't have a backup system with. And my friend's like, dude, even if we do, he's like, if there's a problem with their generator, all we're going to do is keep blowing stuff and whatever. So then we hooked up to a suitcase generator, flicked it on, and apparently whatever program he had on, like, I don't know anything about electricity.
This was announcing for a parade that all this went down.
Halloween parade. So it saved his entire system. He lost like one little thing, and we got up and running, and I announced the entire parade when nobody knew that we almost had no announcer for the parade.
And you think you did better than you would have done at RCW, which happened on Saturday night as well?
I don't even know. I don't even know what I would have done at RCW.
I think you would have been doing play-by-play had you shown up.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Yeah, if you guys didn't get to catch the RCW event that happened last Saturday night, we have a new RCW Ultimate Champion, the first ever RCW Ultimate Champion.
And he'll be champ till at least next year.
A man that we actually interviewed, that you can catch the interview for free on Patreon. We're offering that free for Patreon people. The Angel of Darkness is the new RCW champion, Regional Championship Wrestling here in Berks County. So check that out on Patreon. Sam, it's been a while since we've done a music challenge, and I've had people clamoring, asking, dying for you to do the music challenge again. You think you're up for it?
I'm ready.
You ready to really get into it here? Do you want to start out easy? Do you want me to just throw out whatever and
do
see
whatever?
what happens?
Dude, I'm sweating a lot.
Yeah. Oh, let me turn that fan on before we get started on this thing.
I wasn't even joking. She was cold and I was sweating. I'm literally sweating. It might be because I'm fat and hairy, but
Well, yeah, she left the room, so we can actually.
yeah, like my forearms are on the table and they're sweating to the table. I think a lot of it too is this like sitting on this type
It's
of
the
surface.
type of chair, yeah. It
but
is the type of chair that I have.
That fan feels so good.
Yeah.
Like when you had it on, I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, and I actually turned it on to medium. It was on low earlier, and she was like dying.
Dying. Yeah, it's so weird. I can imagine always being
She's-
cold.
it drives me crazy because she's constantly like opposite. The only good thing is then she has to be near me. So
Right. Yeah, forced to. Yeah.
at least I'm a
Get
source
some
of
that-
something. I'm not a source of income or like I certainly don't give her pride, but at least I give her heat. You know, it's a good thing. All right, let's give this a shot.
Here we go, baby.
All right, Sam with the music challenge.
Didn't we do this one before?
I don't think so. And if we did, you clearly don't know it yet.
I know that beginning. Wow. Play it again from the beginning.
Yep.
I'm blanking out. Like a trillion times.
You probably heard it recently,
yeah, I
actually.
heard it a trillion times.
We can always come back to it if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll come back
Alright,
to
we'll
it.
come back to it. Interesting. For those of you playing along at home, we'll come back to that one. Maybe we'll see what Sam can get here for you. All right. Here's one that I thought you might not know.
First thing I heard this, I thought of the Truth Commission. The very first of those took place.
Yeah.
But this is like Jack Swagger's.
Yep, it is. Yep, Jack Swagger. Yep, way to go.
What that was the We the People one, right?
Yep, We the People. Yep.
Not the.
That's pretty good there. You did good there. Let's see. There's a fun one that you'll probably get right away, but it's still fun to hear some old stuff, older.
Yeah. Speaking of who's back,
Yeah.
Degeneration.
Yep, a little Triple H and China, like when they both came out together, this was their song, like kind of like after DX when he was still when he was like on his own. You know what I mean? After Shawn Michaels left, just Triple H would come out to this one. It's good stuff. It's actually a good song, fun song. Attitude Era.
Yeah. Then they always sounded like these guys were Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, they kind of had that
Yeah.
sound. So yeah, it was a good one called My Time by Triple H. Or not by Triple H, but
It's my time. It's my time.
let's see. Here's one that I was pretty certain that you're not going to get. I put it on here as what I thought would be the hard one.
I've heard this one about.
Yeah, hold on. And I think it has words too. If I
I
remember.
know what I wrote. Hold on. It's the Good Brothers.
It is. Yep. Yeah, Gallows and Anderson. Good one. I didn't think you. I put this. This was the hard one. That I didn't think you'd miss the first one. Honestly.
I know it. It's just like that one. It took me. Dude,
Yeah.
I have brain issues. I don't remember things like I used to. I'm slightly worries me.
That's pretty good. You're doing pretty good. I have 40 songs, by the way. So I mean, we could do this all night. And really, this could be something we do all night.
Go back to the other one.
All right, let me play that one for you.
At first, I was thinking a woman, but then Paige.
It is. It's Paige.
Yeah.
It's
See?
crazy how when you come back to it.
Yeah,
Like,
and I did that on the music channel, like
Yeah.
against when I defeated Dan, destroyed Dan and his girlfriend.
I was here. He did destroy them. But yeah, you got Paige. Let's see. See, I have a couple of your like all-time favorites on here that I just
Okay.
thought I'd put on, not as a challenge, but
Just to make me all warm and
just
fuzzy.
to make you happy.
Give me a chubber.
Yep.
That's really it. Hockey
is.
Tongue Man?
Yeah, look at you. Look at you smiling ear
The
to
whole
ear.
way.
Look at-
Right away.
He's dancing. He's dancing, folks.
Pink Cadillac, the honky tonk man. He's a honky tonk man. The honky tonk man. He's a honky tonk man.
I don't know if turning your head makes any difference.
God, I'm bad.
Yeah.
God, I love the honky tonk man.
Yeah, that was-
Why would a kid like the honky tonk? Makes no sense. He was a
It makes
heel.
no sense. He
But
was
I used to
complete
love the
asshole.
honky tonk. I
And
was
he-
so mad when Ultimate Warrior beat him.
Music from the 50s. Like, why would a kid
Yeah.
from the 80s
Maybe
like
I liked
that
Elvis.
stuff?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe. Oh, my gosh.
He's cool. He's got.
I want to see if I can give you one more really hard
Wayne
one.
Ferris. Tag him in the tag honky tonk man.
Do you want a difficult one or
Don't
what I
tag
thought
him.
was a difficult one?
Yeah, go ahead, fire away.
All right.
Bad News Brown. No, just kidding. Oh, it's Alpha. American Alpha. No?
It's not.
Hold on. Bum, ba, bum. Oh, it's Jason Jordan.
Nope.
I
Nope.
mean, it's his music.
It's not.
Who they recycle? Fucking the other guy in it then.
It's not Chad Gable. It's neither of those two guys.
Well, they got their music
It's
from...
not that song. It's a different song. I'm telling you. When I heard the song, I was like, this is difficult
So
because
it's cheating. You're cheating.
it's not cheating. It's not that song.
Play it again.
All right, hang on. I'm going to play it again, and I'm going
Cheater,
to go look
cheating.
up. I'm going to go look up American.
Oh, it's fucking... I got it. It's the guy that was in... You see how I can't remember names anymore? Titus Worldwide. He's short. He's really athletic. He's black. I mean, I can't think of his name. This is bad. Hold on. Give me a second.
You're nodding your head to it.
Yeah, I know who he is. What's his name?
She can't hear the song. We only have two sets of
but
earbuds.
She heard the description. Short, black, athletic with Titus.
Oh, now I want to see if she can get it. We should just do that. Just charades. WWE charades.
I know who he is. I can't think of his
Exactly.
name.
Dude, by the way, that shows how little of an impact this individual had. Because I know who he is. I know his moveset. I can't think of his name.
He's a 0-time champion in any facet of WWE.
Yeah, I don't. It did throw me off, but then again, that second time it gave to me.
It's Apollo Crews.
Yeah,
It's
I
Apollo
almost said
Crews.
Apollo Creed there.
Yeah. Here
Apollo
is
Creed
American.
actually matters.
Here is American
Apollo
Alpha.
Crews doesn't.
By the way, just so how do I play this? That's American Alpha. It is very similar, and it's like probably just a.
This is what happens when
It's probably the
CFOS
other
does
song
music.
played backwards. Actually,
Yeah,
it's probably what
because
this
CFOS is fucking terrible
Jeez,
for the most part. They have a couple good
a lot
ones.
of hate. So yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, the music challenge. Let's take our earphones off and let JLucky back into the conversation here. Unless you,
Oh yeah.
I guess we can let her back in.
I'm surprised she came back with the fan on. My ears, you're gonna have ear sweat in there.
Freezing in here.
We had to turn it on. We were both kind of we're
Sweating in the
overweight.
drawers, yeah.
We're overweight hairy men. I mean, I don't know what you want. How are you cold all the time?
I don't know.
Are you not an overweight hairy
I wasn't
man?
before, but now I'm
Well, I
freezing.
turned the fan on for our friend over here. He was dying.
Fine.
We'll turn it off as soon as he
No, don't
leaves.
worry about it.
Oh, do you see what I'm getting now? Fine, cater to Sam. That's what I'm getting.
Hey, we saw a storyline tonight where, sometimes the man makes you pick between the friend and the woman.
That's true.
Maybe I should aid in English this shit, and you say, hey,
I don't know that you have the collarbones.
I'm
so-
either out. I only have one collarbone. You either fucking kick her to the curb, or guess what? There's no happy JB day.
By the
like
way,
you
we
said.
really should make those shirts to say Happy Dorks Day or something like that. Happy JLucky Day or something. I don't know. Don't make me choose between my freezing cold girlfriend and my overly sweaty friend. Both of them are unappealing. Oh my gosh. So we had a further tease of the Shield. You like that situation? The Dean Ambrose just walks
out. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like I said. I think they're almost going overboard with it makes me think it could be a red herring, maybe. But I almost feel like they have to turn Dean. Dean was getting during the match. Ambrose. They were cheering
absolutely.
for Ambrose.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he's the least marketable of the three. So they'll turn him. That's what they're doing.
Oh, you think he's?
They're
the least
turning
marketable? But
less-
he's the one getting the cheers right now.
But they're not buying his shit.
I have his shirt
a lot of
I
pe- know
bought
a
it for
ton
you
of-
because it was on clearance.
I know more
because
people.
I like him.
By the way, I know more people that have Dean Ambrose gear than Reigns or Seth Rollins.
Yeah, all right. But that's not. I guess that's not the point that I'm trying to make. He's the one that I think they're overdoing it because other heel turns they've done recently have been the surprise ones. I think I talked about this last week. They're doing a different type of heel turn.
All right,
They'll just force it down our throats, and then it'll happen, and we'll all sit here and be like, "Why'd they do that?"
No, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, I think though it'll be a quote unquote heel turn that'll get cheered.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
I think if they let Dean Ambrose be what he can be, like I said, I think he could almost create like a Stone Cold type of, pop and character.
Yeah, not like Bobby Lashley or Nikki Bella. Like those heel turns were like, it was a thank God for Bobby Lashley. I think for
it
most
makes
people,
way more sense.
he's way more interesting, but he's still going to be, because they have Leo Rush there, it's going to be an annoying type of heel.
Well, I think Leo Rush is the annoying, but I think like Lashley, you saw a mean streak.
Yeah.
And he should be. He's a huge fucking scary dude
Yeah.
that would beat up everybody on the roster, but probably Brock Lesnar. And when he was in Impact TNA Worldwide, or the hell you want to call it, the Owl. I thought he didn't even have a manager, and I thought he was good. He didn't say much, but he was a badass, which makes sense for a guy that is legitimately probably badass.
Oh, I'm sure he is. So yeah, we have a possible Shield breakup.
We were talking about stupid sisters of Lashley's. I mean, how bad was that?
It's really awful. That whole thing. They have not done him right since he came in April.
Maybe this will be good. And by the way, does Leo Rush for you guys? The way he talks remind you of Obama a little bit. Like the way does he try to sound like? Sometimes the way he paces his wording reminds me of Barack Obama. Listen to it.
I will.
didn't think that before, but now that you say that, I can.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it could be the case. Yeah, that makes kind of sense. I just think that they're doing a great job of making him annoying. Like the annoying manager always plays well into the heel. So
kind of like Paul Heyman.
He's not annoying. He's a genius.
He is the man.
He's amazing.
We're gonna have him on the show one day.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, here he is right now. No, you would love that, wouldn't you? Imagine if he just walked.
This is when you'd have your dicks in your hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, if we had to choose between Paul Heyman and you, I'm sorry, you'd be out this friggin' door.
Especially dressed like the way she is in that blanket. I mean,
like
geez.
Paul,
you were doing it to me.
Paul,
I'm not intentionally. My friend was sweating.
And Paul, we will turn up the AC because we know you need it too.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a hairy gentleman. He's got to be.
He's large, so.
Yeah. But he'd be having some swamp ass sitting in these seats. I didn't intentionally. You left the room for a few minutes. My friend was sitting here just melting like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, I was like, I had my arm like this, and it was just sweat right down. Yeah, it's.
See, she sees any kind of air movement as I'm cold. She can't differentiate between that's a breeze and
cold
I'm
air
freezing
blowing directly on me.
It's air. It's not cold air.
It's
you
cold
think
air.
air.
It gets air from being moved. It feels like that because
it feels cold.
This is what I'm saying. You don't know the difference between moving air.
Apparently,
and
don't care about my feelings. Go ahead and disregard them like they don't matter.
Technically, these aren't feelings. These are physical things.
I am feeling cold.
She's like, I'm feeling. You're like, you're an asshole.
I am feeling a lot of things right now.
And one of them is not my toes. Boom. See, that's what you should have said. No? So you're going to come up with some punishments for me for this stupid Super Showdown thing that I shouldn't have watched, like Sam?
Yes.
Can you think of anything? Is there anything that I should be doing?
I'm going to put the heat on.
Ew.
And no fan.
Sam, you want to sit here? That's punishing him. Is that punishing him for not watching?
Yes, he didn't watch and you suck. So there you go. Punishment, boys.
Nice.
Sweaty podcast
I will watch Evolution if anybody's interested.
Because it's in America. You're so
it's
racist.
It's
unbelievable.
Sunday night.
America.
Nah, I don't know.
Sunday night, right?
I'm sure it's a Sunday. What if it was a Tuesday night pay-per-view?
I mean, I guess we could watch it.
So it's about the country for you. It's all about the country.
Tuesday night is during the week. Like
he wants it to be. He says it's live, but it actually has more to do with the fact that it's the Prince.
5 a.m. is a little ridiculous.
You know what? Fine. If it was in America and it was 4 a.m., I probably wouldn't watch it either.
That's probably very true. Now, Evolution is a not only a mystery, but it's also a pay-per-view that's real and it's in America and it's like a Sunday night. So yes, you can watch that one. You'll be allowed to watch that one.
I might watch it.
So, JLucky, anything to add this week? Anything that happened in your life in the last week or so? That
shit your pants or anything?
Did you happen to poop? Shit yourself?
I did not shit myself. Sorry, I've got nothing.
You will one day.
Nothing. I don't think anything interesting happened to you this week. I'm trying to think through. I mean, nothing happened to me. I know that much. I worked, and that's about it. And nobody wants to hear about that shit.
Yeah, sounds pretty terrible.
I am moving out of my apartment soon, so I started to pack shit up.
I don't think I have anything that happened.
I know. It's kind of a boring week for us. It was a good week for wrestling, if you watch the Super Showdown, fucker. So I think that maybe wrestling actually trumped our personal stories this week, except you almost got killed and you shit yourself.
Yeah.
So you had all the stories this week.
I've got to keep the show going, apparently.
Yeah, this is all Sam, which I'm not even allowed to tag him.
It was my son's birthday, and he chose to have a wrestling-themed party.
Oh, that's true, yeah. So we had a wrestling
How'd that go over?
Pretty good.
Good.
It was fun. He had a good time.
We had cupcakes with wrestling
rings and stuff.
Not wrestling ring, like you fight in.
Like on top of the way you did it was like a ring on your finger.
Yeah,
it is.
Oh, okay.
It was like cupcakes, and they do those like rings on the top of the cupcakes.
I don't know about those, but like a ring.
They do that everywhere. No, it's like a little plastic ring, and these were wrestling ones. So you can like.
And they had 6 different
ones. So
ones.
let the kids pick if they want. It was Roman Reigns.
Yuck.
The Rock, Undertaker, all right. John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose.
God, I guess if I would take.
So pretty much it was the Shield, The Rock, John Cena,
and
and Undertaker.
And proving my point.
And then we served the cupcakes on plates that had
Roman Reigns, The Rock,
no Roman Reigns. It was Rock, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio.
No, they weren't.
619. He's back.
Those were
by the
old
way.
plates that we had. We got on clearance at Walmart that we had here.
So
Glad we brought up the plates. Rey Mysterio will be back next week on SmackDown. We found out tonight.
And Rey Mysterio. Oh, so those were Roman Reigns plates.
It was Roman Reigns.
And the napkins were New Day, right?
Yes.
They were New Day napkins.
No Aiden English plates.
No
Happy Aiden days.
They'll be coming out soon, I'm sure.
Can't wait.
And other wrestling kid news. She bought her daughter.
No.
No, she didn't. She doesn't listen to the podcast.
You never know.
How could she? I hope she's not listening. Talk about some
Sam shit himself.
I mean, we talk worse than that. We talked about some way more suggestive things.
Next time they see Sam, they're gonna go, "Hey, Sam, did you shit yourself today?"
And if they listen to earlier episodes, they're gonna ask for some definitions of other words. I feel like
That's true.
No, I did. I made out well today at Target. They had like a wrestling ring. It was like an entrance and a backstage area, and it was the women.
It was like a wrestling play set, I think.
A wrestling, and it came with Nikki Bella as the figure.
Yeah, so you're getting her a Nikki Bella figure while on this show, trashing her.
I don't like her at all, but Samantha loves her. Samantha loves her.
Would you let her look up to a crack addict if she wanted to look up to a crack addict?
She doesn't look up to her, but she just likes her. And then I also got her a Sasha Banks one and a Charlotte Flair one.
Sasha, she must be injured or something. She is. She's injured. You think she's injured?
Yeah, she is.
Online that they don't know that somebody said that she was burned out possibly.
Oh, I guess that's possible.
Yeah. Sasha and Bailey, we had that storyline where they were forced to not fight in wrestling, which makes no sense, and now it's Bailey and Balor B&B. That's all they're doing for Mixed Match Challenge.
Oh, you got a Carmella doll too.
Oh yeah, they had Carmella, like the Barbie doll size dolls on clearance too. Man, it was like all half price. The wrestling
got like all that shit
$40. I got it for 12, and the dolls were like the figures. I guess they were figures.
No, they can be dolls. They're for girls.
No, they were figures. They were the small hard plastic
Take them
ones.
out of the box.
They were $7.50 a piece.
Tell her not to take them out of the box. She'll sell them.
And then the doll, like the Barbie doll looking one, the Carmella, that was like $6.50. I was like, wow, this is a lot for cheap.
Speaking of B&B, by the way, do you think the Balor and Bailey, does that really stand for that, or is it for bulge and butt?
Oh, that's good. The two things that we all stare at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not stare at it.
Oh my God! You posted a thing on Twitter the other day about touching his junk on that action figure.
No, I said I've never looked at his junk. Somebody else posted that and said, "Oh, what about the placement of his belly button? You pretty much have to touch his junk in order to make Finn Balor speak."
And she ordered 6 of them on Amazon right away, so she could like play with his junk. But that's good. Bulge and butt.
You're more obsessed with his junk than I am.
We're not obsessed with it. We're just trying to get you to admit that you look all the time.
You are more obsessed with her butt. I don't know. Her butt doesn't like.
What?
Alexa Bliss, I think, has a nice butt.
Wait a second. You just like Alexa Bliss's butt. She has one of those short girl butts.
She has short girl butt.
You know short girl butt?
I'm not. No. You've already, I think, discussed this on the podcast. I don't believe in what you're talking about.
He doesn't believe in short girl butt.
No. Not every short girl has a butt.
JLucky. Jump in here.
Not every.
I was waiting for her to take a drink.
Not every short girl has a butt, but But
the
ones that do have a cute little booty, it's usually when they're short. It makes it more.
Boy, and this is coming, by the way, from a woman who just happens to be 5'9". This would be like me going on a podcast and being like, "Oh yeah, it must be nice to have those abs when you're jacked." Like, come on now, don't throw hate at the short people. They can't help it.
I'm not throwing hate.
It sounded a little bit of hate.
No. She has a good butt.
Hater of shorts.
Yeah.
Her biscuit butt.
You're saying her butt is only because she's short, I think is what you're saying.
Oh, not only because she's short, but it's more.
Then what's Bailey's excuse?
Pronounced because she's short.
Bailey's. We're still waiting for that thing, as Sam and I have said before, that thing to be unleashed. So it'll happen someday. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What are you making a face for?
Unleash.
Unleashed.
Yeah, it's like not been because she only wears pants.
You don't like Unleash? Unleash is like perfect for that situation. It's something that you've never seen. No, it's not just for the butt. It's like if you've never seen
unfurl.
Yeah. Flop out. You know what I mean? As some might say. It's like when you're with a girl and she's gonna you're gonna see the stuff for the first time. Wouldn't you agree, Sam? I mean,
that's the best
Unleash.
It's
the best.
That's why when did we have that debate on this show?
I don't think so.
This is why, by the way, your children should not listen to this show.
Yeah.
Remember we were asking that one day. We were saying, if you had your option and you picked the dumb way because you're in a relationship, but if you had the option, and let's just
that's
say,
right. Here we go with this shit again. I don't think we've did this in the podcast.
Yeah. So let's say that your options are, and this is for a man or woman, I guess. You'd have to frame it differently, I guess, if you're a woman. But so we framed this to men. We're saying, all right, so your options are you can have anal sex with somebody brand new, and this question only works, I guess, if like anal isn't like your main go-to thing. Like if anal's your favorite thing, you're always gonna take the anal. But like, so you can
watch JLucky's face.
You can have a brand new chick, but it's anal, or you get the V, but it's old news. It's somebody you've banged how many times. You
can't just say old news. That makes it sound way worse.
It's not. It's old news. Listen, it's old news. So anyway,
why don't you just say it the way the question was posed?
That is the question. It's somebody. It's a familiar vagina, meaning not like once, twice, 5, 10, 20 times, like 100 times. This is what you've had before. So these were your options, and that's why I said I would definitely go with the new chick anal. And again, it was posed. It was supposed to be posed that there was no pressure on anyone because you wouldn't have any guilt and nobody would find out because those are two. No, you take away the guilt, take away the finding out. What would you pick? You take the new
question was new anal or familiar vagina. Yeah.
And I'm taking new.
We didn't say old news vagina. Not.
But yeah, I'm letting somebody know it's not like first 3 months, 6 months, even first year or whatever. How many times you banged or whatever. I'm taking the new because just like we mentioned, some of the most exciting thing is that first time things are unfurled.
That is very exciting, but
it's not exciting for them. For me, I'm hoping the lights are dimmed. And they're trashed.
I'm kind of hoping I'm not in the room, actually.
Or I'm hoping they're looking at like my Hogan poster on the wall. Like, God, Hogan looks good there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see this. And you're like, oh baby,
that is the best. See, for a woman, it's probably completely different. They don't give a shit about that.
For a woman like with an attractive guy, it is.
Well, yeah, not with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
For us, it's the
there's no
the first time we put our clothes back on is the most exciting. Thank God that's over.
There's no excitement when we're unfurling anything. It's fucking. God, I hope this 4 minutes goes fast.
God, I wonder what his bank account looks like that kind of stuff. For us,
just the small, baby, just the small.
For us, but he's right. For us, the first moment.
Also, why I don't tag family.
Yeah, we're definitely. This is a no tag episode. I won't even tag you, JLucky, if you don't want me to. But no, it's the new. You're right. It's not the new. It's the seeing it for the first time. It's like you said, the unfurling of the different parts. I think you could say.
Yeah. So all right, yeah.
Sure.
Interesting.
Like she's got.
Oh yeah, women hate this because
they hate this conversation.
Even though it works both ways, like obviously a chick if they're like,
I'm against new anal.
No, I'm just saying if I had to phrase it another way for a woman, I don't even know what would be the maybe your chick that doesn't like oral. I guess I could maybe put it that way, but you have a new dude that is going to go down on you, or the same old guy, like just I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to because the question, like I said, it only works like you said if anal's like your favorite thing, cool, great. But then obviously everybody's going to take the new anal because it's a new chick, and it's your favorite thing. So we try to pose the question. People were like, "Oh yeah,
we did." So the story is long story short. We
this
posed
was
the
over
question
a long day of drinking. By the way,
and it was like a whole long day, and it was like 80% was new anal.
Yeah,
something like that.
I've asked this question. We've asked this. Me and Kyle have asked that every place we've gone.
It's like your opening line.
Not to obviously.
So hey everybody,
just the random dudes, and it pretty much holds 80-90%. Are going to take the new chick. Again, this isn't a real thing. Nobody's going to cheat on anybody. It's just a hypothetical question. God.
And my theory was just the vagina's so awesome. Why would I go with the anal? That's my theory. So whatever. That's why I'm in the 10 to 20% range. But and I'm not saying that because she's sitting across the table. I think
sure he is.
I'm not. I don't think.
Remember when he whispered earlier in the episode? Now I am.
Ew, your whisper is really creepy. Well, you have a really creepy.
I can't whisper like this. They're not going to hear it.
They can hear it.
You can still hear that?
I'm sure you can.
I whisper like this. I can hear it.
I saw little sound waves.
No, I have to whisper like this.
It's still creepy. I don't like it. It's too wet. Your whisper's too wet.
You have a wet whisper.
You have a wet whisper.
What's a dry whisper?
When you just do it like this. You're doing
that,
it.
That sounds like your whisper sweet nothing. I'm a projector. Even my whisper projects.
Your whisper projects a lot of moisture.
No, there's no moisture in my whisper.
Oh my god!
Did you not hear it? It was a lot
Wait,
of.
are
I
we
wasn't
really talking
spitting.
about this.
Change the topic back to new anal, or what do you want to do here? Should I just maybe end the episode? Do you think? Should we? So maybe that could be your poll this week: new anal or familiar vagina?
No,
No, that's not.
No, nope.
So this week on JLucky's poll, no, she will be putting out a poll for my punishment. I think for the Super Showdown, if we even want to do that, we should do an Evolution punishment.
So we're just skipping the fact that you lost
Completely, yeah. Why don't we just say?
Why not? We almost skipped. You lost last time too.
Evolution's a part of history.
Yeah.
Why do we even do picks? We can just pick and not bet. There we go.
Yeah, you might as well.
Might as well.
There's no point
Nothing
in placing
matters.
a bet.
The storylines don't matter. So
You never cash it. You never
I cash
pay
in every time. It just takes me a while. Come on now.
Nope.
It's like when he goes to the casino. Hey, I was at the roulette wheel and I got cleaned out.
Go.
I played a spin and lost.
Speaking of that, at the Halloween party, we're going to have a roulette wheel.
I'm going to do a JB. I'm just going to walk up, play one spin, lose and get mad, and walk away and drink beer.
Just walk away. Because drinking beer and watching people lose money is more fun than losing money.
There will be a Halloween party that I may or may not attend. I probably will attend. I just won't be in costume and I'll be late because I'll be working.
But you're going to have a flamingo girl serving you drinks. JLucky is what I'm pointing out there.
That's going to be the fun. Okay. Then I'll just stay home.
Wow.
She got a corset and feathers
Where's
and
this
everything. At the...
At an ARP? At an ARP house. I don't need to know.
Frivolous Nook.
Okay. An
Yeah,
ARP
that's
house.
right.
Gotcha.
ARP house, yeah. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Guerrilla Press this week. We are the Wrestling Dorks.
We talk about wrestling sometimes.
Should I not
Sometimes
throw out
anal.
your tag?
No, we can't. That does no. I'm at the.
He just
Real
doesn't
Escape.
want you
I
to
just don't
post
want you-
this on Facebook
don't
and tag
post
him in
it.
it.
Right.
His
That's what I'm
personal
saying.
account.
Right. Exactly. Like I don't like. I hate mixing personal and like other endeavors.
Not
that
on
I do.
Twitter either.
Like,
Then.
like obviously, dude, I don't post my freaking Reading Eagles sports stories on Facebook.
But what about on Twitter? Can I do it at the Real Escape?
because
I didn't think I wanted to. Yeah.
Fuck all that shit.
You don't want people to be
I'm
like
the talent here, and I'll promote it when I want to.
All right. Oh, geez, Louise. Well, tell me that going forward, and just tell me like, hey, that episode, don't tag me in that, because normally I'm going to tag.
You're like, Real Escape talks about all the crime he commits, and
well, it's not like next week. I mean, so okay, next week we have a G-rated episode, and I tag you. It's not like they're not going to go back to this week's episode
no,
and
they're not going
listen.
to listen to it.
Why would they not go
Well,
back?
Plus,
and
the way you
archives?
tag things is like, and tune in. The Real SCAV talks about how he robbed the bank once. Like,
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say SCAV shits himself, but I wouldn't have done that. No, I would. No, I would have said SCAV has a story to tell. I wouldn't have said shits himself.
Sure, yeah.
Come on now.
Anyway, so what? I shit myself.
You did.
It happened.
Check him out. He does high school football shit for.
Yeah, I don't. You're not going to check it out for that. It's Berks County. Who cares? Nobody's listening from Berks County on this.
I would bet you like half of our listeners.
I'm just
are
saying
local.
follow so they know, like, my count goes up higher. I'm at 507.
And check us out. Look us up on Patreon. Search the Guerrilla Press. You find us on there. You can get exclusive shit, which I'll be putting a new set of outtakes up there pretty soon. Check out JLucky and her poll at JLuckySunshine on Twitter. Don't forget to email tappedouttgp@gmail.com. JLucky, you want to plug? Or your mail sack?
Yeah, we need sack questions.
Yeah, sack questions.
We currently don't have any in the thing. I feel like that's partly my fault, partly JLucky's fault for not promoting her mail sack very much. So.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to promote the sack.
You run the wrestling.
It's
Dorks
your
budget.
sack to promote. If you don't talk up the sack, no one's going to fill your sack.
Email me
At tappedouttgp@gmail.com. You can also DM her on Twitter if you're already a follower.
Yes. You could ask me anything.
Anything.
Wrestling related, not wrestling related.
New anal, whatever you want to ask her, she'll answer it.
If you have an idea for my poll.
She has not turned down a question yet, so let's put it that way. Right?
Right.
Absolutely. And check us out on Twitter at Wrestling Dorks. Sam, anything else to add this week?
I'm good.
JLucky?
Nope.
All right, well, thank you for listening to another episode of the Guerrilla Press. We will catch you next week.
Later.
Bye.